Okay.
All right, we are live and in living color. You are now tuned in to Vibin in the D with Lele, the podcast dedicated to the creatives of Detroit. Now let's get into this vibe session. Jervis Canty!
What's happening, Lele? What's
What's
happening, girl?
up? What's up?
Everything and nothing. How about that?
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Everything and nothing. I am, first of all, excited. You
Me
know,
too.
even though we talk almost every day,
Yeah.
um, I'm excited that we're doing this today. And I'm just ready. What's going on?
And nothing much, just trying to stay afloat, trying to stay afloat, you
I
know.
understand. I totally understand.
So I want to say welcome back to Vibing in the D with Lele.
I'm excited to be back.
You were one of my first folks on the audio version.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Yeah.
right after Angela, I believe.
Yes. Yep. Soon after, it was either I know you, I'll exist, and Angela were the first ones.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
and Elise King too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So welcome back. As a lot of stuff has happened since then.
Let me tell you, a lot has happened and a lot is happening. So I'm kind of excited to kind of, talk about everything and talk about anything. Like I
Right.
said, we can talk about any and everything. A lot has happened in the time that we interviewed last,
Mm-hmm.
because I think the last interview we did, we were preparing for When Loving You Is Hurting Me. I think it was still in the infancy where I just wrote it or something.
Yep. It was a baby, a brand new baby.
It was a brand new baby, and so now we've gotten to a place where the baby has been birthed, uh, and now we're in the next phase of whatever is coming after that. So there's quite a few things that's going to happen.
That
So
baby about to go to school now.
that baby is about to go to school or be homeschooled with COVID
Right.
and everything. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I'll school the baby at home, but I'm ready for this baby to be able to get out, because there's other babies that came behind that baby
Okay.
that I'm ready for people to see and I'm ready to introduce to the public and that kind of thing. So I I'm just ready to get back to work, really.
So as far as When Loving You Is Hurting Me, that was your first production. That was your first stage play. You did the damn thing. How did you feel after you did that?
I felt like, okay, so when I did When Loving You Is Hurting Me, when it actually happened, I was really kind of just blown away because it felt like I was having an out of body experience, seriously. That whole day and getting things set up and getting things prepped, I was a wreck, and so in getting it all done and making sure everything was kind of in order, it was kind of mind blowing. It was mind blowing. When it was all over, I felt like, okay, what's next? What are
Mm,
you gonna do next? Because you got to do something next.
yeah.
And so I kept trying to play around in my head, but of course, after I wrote it, I had already written three other plays. So there's three that comes behind it, and one is a sequel.
Okay.
And so since we're in quarantine, I've written three more. So altogether, I have six plays.
Wow.
Um, I'll say five of them are complete. One I want to work on a little bit more because all these ideas came, but I kind of lost my motivation to write.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so in that, I stopped writing plays because I'm like, I'm not there. And I started writing a book. So I'm writing a book. I'm writing my J formations, which is an inspiration book.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so I'm trying to get stuff done now that I can present later.
Yeah.
But yeah, When Loving You Has Hurt Me was really an eye opener for me because I needed what came with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it showed me or reminded me of the potential that I had in doing the things that I needed to get done. And so, it kind of boosted my confidence, um, because I was struggling in that area for various reasons. So fast forward, here we are. Here we are.
I just want to say, what I really appreciated was being able to see the growth in the
Hmm.
play. Um,
Hmm.
I was actually there right
Yeah,
in the beginning when you had your first team together, and the auditions,
you were a part of that team.
readings and everything, and it was like to see the beginning, and to see the evolvement
Hmm.
of the actors was like amazing, because it was like you had great people already. You know what I'm saying? You already had great people,
Yeah.
but to see them come together and turn that into what it became,
Hmm.
I was like, wow, this is dope.
It was incredible, and I have to credit Nay for that.
Ned,
Because
Ned was
I wrote, I know I had confidence in knowing that I wrote a good script.
hmm
Nay took that script, presented it to the actors, and made it a great story. It was great. It
yeah.
it was really, she really kind of just, she was a beast. She went into straight beast mode, and she molded every actor. I walked in sometimes and I would be blown away.
One of my favorites was your cousin,
Lewis.
because he came in and he said he had not done this before, and he took that role, and he did that role.
I
Okay,
went back. I
we
went.
were booing him. Okay,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
believed he was that person.
Let me tell you, I was so happy at the actual performances at the 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock. I was so happy to hear the audience booing him. I was so happy because I'm like, this dude really, he killed it. He really
He
killed it, and
really
and
did.
and he became that character.
He really did.
It was incredible for this to be his first time hitting the stage,
Yep.
and we took the gamble. And I was like, in the audition, he did okay. He,
hmm
you know, and we were torn, like, should he play this character or that character? And I'm like, he gotta play the villain, and I believe
One of
it's
the
in him.
One of the things that really stood out in that audition, because Nay was there,
Yeah.
he took direction well. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to learn how to do it. And
Anything we asked
that
him to
makes such
do.
a big difference when you have somebody that's willing to learn and listen to the director, and let them teach them how to do that part.
Yeah.
That was impressive right there.
He bodied that thing so tough it didn't make no sense. He bodied that role, and it was almost like that role was written specifically for him.
Yeah.
And he did not disappoint. He blew everybody away.
Yep, he did.
He
And
did.
Tia, I was impressed with Tia as well, because I saw her go from, oh, I'm so nervous, to it was just like water under a bridge.
I can't wait till I can get to the point where I can release the video.
Me too.
Um, because Tia made me. I'm always proud of her as a mother, but she made me so proud. I was so proud of my daughter. She blew me away.
Yeah.
But as did every cast member. Every cast member came and they gave their A game.
They were phenomenal.
They were.
From the lead actress Heather, all the way
Yeah.
down. Oh man, Laverne. Oh,
Malachi,
everybody, man.
Zahira, um,
Jonathan, everybody.
it was phenomenal. they were pronounced Chandra.
Yes. Oh wow.
Let me tell you, when Chandra slapped Heather, I felt that thing through my whole body. And all I could think in my mind was like, we about to get sued because Heather is going to sue us for having that girl slap her. And you could hear it in the audience. The audience was like,
yeah, we did. Man, it was ooh,
I'm grateful for it. I'm ready for part 2.
Me too.
Part 2 is
I was
Love's
left
Hangover.
hanging.
It's called Love's Hangover.
We was left hanging, so we need.
Yeah, I needed you to be left hanging because
Yeah.
Love's Hangover is gonna bring it all together.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. And through a lot of things, I kind of changed some of the scenes in the next one. Because I was able to write some things that I felt that kind of helped me release the stuff that I was dealing with personally. But I can't wait. I cannot wait to get back. I can't wait to put my own production back on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an experience.
So tell us about Jervis Canty and Friends. Tell us about the birth of that up until now, how you're doing it.
So Jervis Canty and Friends was actually the showcase that I would normally do when outside was open.
Right.
So it was my way of bringing together some of my favorite artists, local artists in the city, to kind of come together and put on a concert. And so initially I did it. And of course, I had my core singers with the exception of a few,
Right.
I will invite Angela to any and everything that I have because Angela is my favorite locals and she's my favorite local singer, period. And I'll say that, not to offend anybody, but it is what it is. That's my little sister, just like you're my little sister. But I love Angela, so we had an amazing show, and so it was something that I kept going to kind of keep me in the hosting mode because I love hosting.
Right.
I kind of dabbled a little bit into comedy, and it kept me kind of going and kept me busy. And so I put it together. Well, I did 3 showcases, and then the pandemic happened. And so when the pandemic happened, it was like, I don't want to stop this. So let me just try to see if I can get some friends together to come on. And now it's starting to grow like uncontrollably. So
you're getting requests from all over the place.
I get requests from people all over the place. And not only that, but I'm starting to get responses from national people who are trying to set a date to come and be with me.
Oh, that's what's up.
But it's I decided that if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna ask people that I would normally be afraid to ask to do it. Because everybody is on the same field. We're all looking for something to do because we're stuck at home.
Right.
And so because we're stuck at home, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna ask. All they can do is say no. And I've gotten a few no's, but I knew I would get the no from national people that I asked.
Right. But you have to know that, you're going to get some no's, you're going to get some non-responses. It's going to happen. But the most thing is that you're reaching out.
And not only that, you know my name now. Regardless to if you accept the invitation or you don't.
Right.
You now know my name. And so if you hear my name again, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know him. I know that guy. He reached out to me before. Or even if you don't remember the nature of knowing my name, you know my name now.
Right.
And so that lets me know that I'm kind of making an impact with people who I normally would not impact. But we have some awesome people on the show. Angela, we had Nikki Gio, Brianna Nicole.
They're both in the comments too. What's up, ladies?
Hey, ladies. I can't see the comments because I'm trying to walk and chew bubble gum, and I can't do none. I can't do both at the same time. So, but I've had some amazing people. That first showcase with Brianna Nicole, Katrina Storm, Angela Davis, Nikki Gio, Conru Carpenter. That was that thing was so epic to
And
get
I'm so mad I missed that.
to get all of them on the stage at the and Pierre Anthony.
Yeah.
To get all of them on the stage at the exact same time, and they actually freestyle music.
Yeah.
It was a wrap for me.
I saw some clips. I was so mad, but I was up there trying to. I think I was doing comedy or hosting or something that night.
You were in a show that night.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see where things are going. I'm on the 9th episode, so I'm switching it up a little bit and giving the singing a break. And I'm going to do a few interviews. So tomorrow, because we're in the pandemic, I've been wanting to have this show for a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Dr. Sabrina on. The people expert is what people label her.
Right.
And Dr. Sabrina she's amazing, you know. So she's going to be on. She's a psychologist. She's an author. She's a brand specialist. This woman has done so much amazing work. So she's going to be on. And so I asked some of my viewers to send in questions.
And you got a lot of questions, huh?
We got so many questions. I had to cut it off. And I still got about 4 people that sent questions today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I think we got over 40 questions.
Wow. And they were all different questions?
They were all different questions. There were a few that were repeat questions from a different perspective, but people want to know questions from everything from what's next after Corona to broken relationships, healing in relationships, hating somebody and how you get over it. There were so many questions because I had a list of questions myself, but I'm not even going to feed my questions. I'm going to let them have the moment and we're going to ask the questions that the audience had. So I'm expecting this thing to be really awesome tomorrow. It's going to be a really good show. And I hope my intent is that it's a healing show. It heals a lot of people. Because I know for me, from a personal perspective, in the beginning of the pandemic, I was breezing through like, oh, I got this. This ain't nothing. I got this.
Yeah.
And here lately, in the past 2-3 weeks, I have been at an all-time low.
Wow.
And so I've been trying my best, or as Angela, as you would say, rock bottom low. But I have really kind of been in this place where I just don't feel like it, you know, and I've just been in a funk. And so I said, let me get Dr. Sabrina now because she can help me. And I know I can't be the only person feeling it.
Not at all.
Yeah. And so I said, let me get her on. She'll be able to talk to people. We'll be able to talk. And so I think it's going to free a lot of people. And I pray that it frees me too, because I've been struggling too.
Yeah, this whole situation has thrown people a really hard curveball. And it's been hard to deal with by some people. You know, some people are trying to make it work the best that they can, but it's a lot of people struggling with it, just emotionally, mentally, you know, it's a lot.
There are a lot of people who I think, using myself, I'll say I'm an extrovert, but I'm an introvert. So when I'm out there, you know, and I'm working the crowd, I'm working the people. But when I come home, I shut it down and I don't deal with a lot of people. You know, I shut it down and I go back into my little shell. So to be an extrovert and not be able to have that balance for me, it's been very difficult. And so, like I said in the beginning, I was like, oh, this ain't nothing. I got a break. I'm taking a break anyway. So this is perfect.
But when is it over?
Yeah. When is it over? When does this thing end? And so last week I was extremely depressed, extremely. And I didn't want to talk to anybody. I did, and this is just being real. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't feel like doing anything, you know. Um, and so I was forcing myself to work when I had to work, forcing myself to get up and make dinner, do whatever. I was forcing myself to do stuff. But if it were up to me, I just want to lay in the bed and just I was distressed.
Yeah.
Um, Today I woke up and I felt better, you know, but every day is a process. And so I say that to say to anybody that may be experiencing any kind of trauma, whether it be depression, whether it be sadness, loneliness, whatever, don't give up today, wait till tomorrow. That's my slogan. I live by that. Because tomorrow always brings you something different. And you may wake up tomorrow morning and still feel the same way.
True.
And when you feel that same way, give it till the next day, you know, or give it the next day, because eventually something breaks and something happens on the inside of us and it changes that whole dynamic. It could be one person who could bring about a smile on your face and it'd be like, wow, you know, you we've talked, you know, and you knew what I was kind of dealing with a little bit.
Right.
Um, but it's been a rough couple of weeks, you know, but I feel like I'm coming out of the trenches of those rough 2 weeks. So that's that. But Jervis Canty and Friends was just birthed out of trying to keep people encouraged during the pandemic.
Right.
You know, so after Dr. Sabrina on August 8th, I'm going to have Ebra Cassimy on.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to be doing his music, and we're
I
going to
didn't
have a
know.
conversation about him being on the news, him with his battle with COVID-19.
Right.
You know, so I got some great people. Randy Scott, he's a jazz musician, amazing jazz musician. Tanisha Johnson, Cassie Jones McBride. I'm trying to line up as many people as I can, and then I want to go back to the music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this show that you're doing with Dr. Sabrina, so the first is it just going to be all her, or are you going to do her the first half or the second half, or what are you planning on?
We're actually just going to do Dr. Sabrina. It's just
Okay.
going to be Dr. Sabrina because I knew that people were going to have a lot of questions. Not to mention the people who are viewing who are going to have questions too. So we're going to try to tackle everybody's concerns and everybody's questions to try to get everybody some kind of answer to the stuff that we're kind of having questions about.
Yeah,
Um,
you'll need the whole time for that
yeah,
because
because
that's going to be deep.
it's gonna be deep, but she's so thorough. You know, she's not gonna give you a surface answer. And I think that's what I love the most about her. She is a developer when it comes to people. She is the people expert literally. Um, and so I'm looking forward to her coming on and saying the things that she needs to say. And like I said, I hope that it frees me a little bit too, you know?
Any,
So
I think anytime, we set out and have these different discussions about different things that are going on, about the pandemic, about how we're dealing with the pandemic, I think it gives different people in different ways a chance to release what they're feeling.
absolutely.
The last few episodes that I've had on here, we've had brief discussions about stuff like that, and it helps. All of it helps.
Hmm.
To
It
dedicate,
does help.
but to dedicate a whole show to that's going to be very, very helpful. It'll
You-
definitely.
I'm just hoping that it speaks to at least one person.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the questions that I got, and I'm keeping all the questions anonymous.
Okay.
You know, everything is confidential. I'm not telling anybody's business.
Right.
Um, I just wanted to be these are questions we got, and this is what we're talking about. I don't want it to be anybody's particular anything.
Yeah.
And that way nobody has to wear that shame that comes with opening up and telling your truth. You
Right.
know, of course, I know the people who have, submitted questions, but I would never share who those questions came from,
Right.
because people are really, 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 really going through some stuff. And I would love for people to be able to trust my word that I wouldn't say anything. So I think, and then Dr. Sabrina, she's a very confidential person too, So I'm just looking forward to it being a time of healing because I know personally I need it. So there's got to be a million other people that need it as well. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah. It's we're gonna keep it interesting, but I'm telling you, when people hear the questions, that's going to be the thing that draw them
Yeah, because
because
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something that, like you said, at least one person will relate to.
everybody will be able to relate in some form or fashion.
Yep.
And so that makes me extremely happy because it's like somebody's going to get the help. And I pray that I get the help, because again, for these past few weeks, I have just been in this little place that ain't a real comfortable place,
Right.
So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome. I really, really think tomorrow is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that.
Right. Well, that's the end of the show, folks. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? I know, right? Yeah,
On
but
that note,
so that's that. Uh I'm just trying to figure out ways to keep it going without losing it. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
trying to encourage others while I encourage me,
yeah.
and it works most times and then other times I'm just a wreck, you know?
So I know a couple of times you were talking about meditation and different things of that nature. Are you still doing those things?
So what I've done now is I'm actually doing this. I was doing the first meditation because I love Diddy. And so the first meditation that I did, it was because it was on Audible. I saw it, it was Diddy. So I said, well, let me try it. And it's like a 21-minute or maybe even 30-minute meditation. And
Mm-hmm.
he just talks and helps you relax. So the first night when I did it, I went straight to sleep. I had no problem sleeping at all. And so I kept listening, kept listening. So gradually I said, well, let me try some other forms of meditation. So I got into this other form of meditation that's supposed to allow you to rest, but then when you wake up, um, you're not going to be exhausted when you wake up in the morning. You'll be able to kind of get up. And
Mm-hmm.
they suggest that you do it for 21 days because it takes 21 days for something to become a habit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm in my 11th day of it.
Mm-hmm.
It works some mornings and some mornings it don't. Um,
So this is all. It's Diddy talking.
this is not Diddy. This is someone else that's doing this other one
Okay.
that I'm doing. But I'm trying to do different ones. But with this meditation, like the first night that I listened, it was hard for me to fall asleep because while he was talking, there's another voice in the background talking.
Hmm.
And it's almost echoing what he was saying. It
Okay.
echoes what he was saying. But after that third night, I think I felt great, you
Wow.
know. But then this week, like I said, it's been a kind of a rocky week. So it's been a little bit of work. Um, but it does help you relax. Like I have no problem falling asleep at all.
That's good.
I fall straight to sleep now. Like I have no issues falling asleep.
Yeah.
So it helps.
In the comments, the subject of dealing with grief.
Yeah.
Hopefully Dr. Sabrina will have some questions about that as well, because it's been a lot of people that have had to deal with losing someone and not even being able to be around their family or be there in those last moments of the person.
Absolutely. There were quite a few questions about grief. And for me, um, if you're in Michigan, you know someone who has passed away from coronavirus. And
Yeah.
if you don't know someone who has passed away, you know someone who has been really sick with coronavirus. You know, and if you don't, you're still impacted by everything that's going on, because not only did we have coronavirus, but then the Black Lives Matter movement
Yeah.
gained legs, and it just grew, and it just grew. And I think a lot of people are feeling the pain, of George Floyd's family, and it took us back to Sandra Bland and Trayvon Martin. It took us all back to those moments. And that's traumatic. It's
Yeah.
very traumatic. And although I am so proud of the city of Detroit, because we've had peaceful protests, our police department is on the job, they're doing their thing. And people are really trying to break this thing here, you know. Um, but it's hard to grieve somebody you can't see. A lot of people are physical people, and they
Yeah.
want to be able to lay their eyes on somebody who has passed away, and not being
Yeah.
able to get that closure. You're dealing with that every single day.
Yep. Every day.
Every day. And so I'm praying that there's a remedy or an answer to that, you know, um, or just not being able to go to your favorite place. There's probably a lot of people who are feeling things, especially parents, because schools are about to open up, and they're torn with the idea of, do I send my child to school? Because I still got to work.
Yeah.
Do I send them to school, or do I quit my job and and homeschool them? You know, um, what do I do? Because I still got to be able to maintain and take care of my babies.
Right.
So there are so many different traumas that we're dealing with right now. Everybody needs something. Everybody needs something right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Somebody
yeah,
else said with this quarantine, you get to know yourself and find out that you want to get a divorce.
let me tell you, I think I've divorced myself a couple of times.
I,
But
I
and
did
then
it
we
too
and
myself
then
a couple of times.
yeah, we I fell in love with me at a point. I fell out of love with me at a point. We're getting along really good now. But tomorrow we might not be able to stand each other again.
I
So
know
I'm trying to make
the
this
feeling.
thing work.
I threw myself into the wall on Sunday, so
Yeah, you can't be doing that, breaking toes and things. And now that's an abusive relationship. Dr. Sabrina is going to talk about that too tomorrow.
I'm gonna make sure I tune in.
Yeah, because y'all can't be over there fighting,
Right.
because only one person gonna lose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to come up with a single people life alert system.
how does that work?
I'm gonna let y'all know next week.
I want to know how that's gonna work out.
I'm gonna do a video next week. I'm gonna do a
Okay,
demonstration video.
please make sure you tag me on that one. Well, I'll see it anyway.
Yeah,
I'll see it anyway.
I would have did it this week, but I broke my toe, so kind of slowed me up a little bit.
You can't be beating on yourself. That's just not hot.
No, it
That
ain't
that
cool.
it ain't nothing cool about that.
No.
But I feel like I feel like we're in a place now, and I say it all the time. Yesterday is yesterday, but it'll never happen again.
Okay.
And back in the day was February. Back in the day was February.
Yeah, that
You
was
know,
okay.
and so, it's crazy because there's a whole lot of lonely people out here. There's a whole lot of people who just need somebody, even if it's just for a moment, but you can't even have a moment, you know?
No.
So, we just trying to find a way.
And don't be out
to,
here catching COVID-19 either.
You know, COVID-19 is something else. I've considered COVID-19 myself a couple of times. Yeah, I've considered COVID-19 a few times. But at the end of the day, I just think, I'm so glad to see the numbers going down or staying steady low. And I'm just trying to find a way to navigate.
Yeah.
Trying to find a way to navigate because it's insane. It is insane.
Parnell Alfred said to make sure that you tag him in that. I guess your show tomorrow.
Oh yeah. No, he's probably either talking about the show or he's talking about you and your
my single people
your single people life alert.
Oh, for sure. It'll be a I'll let everybody know. I'm doing that. Cuz I'm tired.
I'm almost afraid of that.
I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
It came to me one starry night.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. But yeah, I'm just I'm trying to I'm rediscovering myself.
Mm-hmm.
Newly living alone, and just kind of tell a little bit of my own truth. I've never in my life been comfortable with living alone.
Really?
Ever. Whether it be get, a roommate or get into a makeshift relationship. I've always had a struggle with living alone until now. Now I love it.
Okay.
Like I love it. And I get so much peace of mind with it. But it's been difficult in my life living by myself.
Were you afraid to live alone?
It was my biggest fear. My biggest fear in life was being alone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I attributed me being by myself physically to me being alone. And so, I pay for therapy. Thank God for therapy. And, but that was my biggest thing. I was a serial relationship person. I would always get into relationships because I didn't know how to be by myself. And so from December till now, I'm enjoying myself. Like I enjoy my own company. I enjoy eating what I want to eat when I want to eat, not eating when I don't want to eat, waking up blasting music and it not being an interruption to other people. Right. I am truly enjoying my own company, and I never imagined that I'd be able to do that. So through this pandemic, I will say that I've received a lot of strength through that. And also, I'm discovering new things about myself that I actually like.
That's good.
I am discovering some new things about myself. I'm like, dang, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I realize now that it's just okay.
Right.
It's okay to be me. It's okay to function as Jervis, and I don't owe it to anybody to be anything but me.
That's right.
And that makes me happy. And it's funny, but not funny. A lot of the people that have met me in the past couple of years, I think I told you this when we were talking about doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people who met me within the past 2 years really didn't meet me.
Mm.
They met me in survival mode. They met me in the mode where I was pretty much a lost individual, even
Wow.
though I was an individual and I was still functioning and doing things. Um, but they're learn. I'm going to have to reintroduce myself to a lot of people,
Right.
and some people may like me, and some people may not. And I'm okay with both groups. You know, I can roll with both groups and handle them both accordingly.
Right.
But I am so excited because there were a lot of parts of me that I didn't even know. I didn't even know things about myself. And now that I know those things, there are things that I absolutely love. And then there were some things that I just don't like, and I'm working on fixing those.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? But in this moment, I haven't taken the time to judge what nobody else is doing, how they're doing it. It's a selfish time for me. It's all about me,
Right.
good or bad. It's all about me. It's all about me checking me when I need to be checked. Um, Not picking up the phone, calling everybody because I'm afraid to be by myself, and trying to pull everybody else into my chaos and my drama.
Right.
I'm learning how to appreciate myself, be mad at myself, be happy with myself, embrace myself. I'm learning how to do all that stuff. And it's so fulfilling and rewarding, and it's helping. It's helping me become a better Jervis.
That's
So when the world opens back up, if it opens back up, I'm going to be reintroducing myself to a lot of people,
that's what's up.
you know?
Pamela Moore said, "Oh, she said, how did I break my foot? How's my foot? What happened? Did I kick the air conditioning system at work?" I'm going to actually tell what happened and a couple of other things on my lunchtime live on Thursday next week. I will go through the whole scenario.
Hmm.
Smoke Jones said, "That's a beautiful feeling when you said you were learning yourself." Nikki said, "Therapy is a lifesaver."
Yeah,
Sandy said she enjoys and loves being alone when it's a choice. And the quarantine has taken her choice away.
that's the thing for everybody.
Yeah.
Because now you have people who are introverts who are tired of not being able to go around to other people. So it's really pretty much a reset.
I'm one of
Yeah,
them.
absolutely. It's a reset for a lot of people. Extroverts are becoming introverts, introverts are becoming extroverts. And what that does, in my opinion, is it's causing the world to be able to understand one another better. We're learning how to understand one another a whole lot better,
Yeah.
you know. And so I'm grateful for what's happening, even though there are those moments where it's like, I'm sick of this here. I'm sick of it.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I
What
don't
can
know what just happened, but I thought I put my phone on silent, but somebody just called me. Now my volume is low.
you good? You still good? I
Oh,
can
you can hear me good.
wait
Okay.
down, and then I guess when you cleared it or whatever, the volume came right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the do not disturb things don't work. I told you I was doing a whole 20-minute conversation with the wall.
Yeah, I set the do not disturb, but somebody was still able to message me. But anyway,
They was into it.
um, I don't know. You got some questions for me? Because you know I keep talking. I talk a lot.
What are some of your plays that you wrote about? What just you know, I'd like going into super detail, but what are the like
Okay.
preface of some
So
of the
I've written this one play. Well, of course, the part two to When Loving You Is Hurting Me, which is Love's
Mhm.
Hangover. And it's a continuation of the story, but it delves into the other characters and gives you a little more in depth of their relationships and their life. So
Okay.
we have that one. Um, I've written a play, and it's called Club Chronicles.
Mm.
Club Chronicles, and it's pretty much a play about different people
At the strip club?
that go to the club. And there are reasons for going to the club. And it's
Okay.
not quite what you think. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their story. So you got the person that's popular in the club. You got the person that goes to the club because the homies call them out. You
Yeah.
got the club hoe, you know, but everybody has their reason as to why they go to the club.
Okay.
Um, so I've written that. I'm now writing a play about Black Lives Matter
Awesome.
because I had a dream about it. So now I'm finishing that play.
Okay.
Uh, I've written a play that's loosely based on me and my brother, loosely based on my brother. My brother was killed when he was 25.
I remember
Um,
you told me
but
that.
I've written a play that kind of centers around him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty deep, which is what caused me to start writing the book. So I'm writing a book.
Okay.
It's almost autobiographical. There are a couple of names that I'm changing to protect the guilty. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's my story, and so with me telling my story, I'm not going to omit any of my story,
Right.
you know. And so I've also started this motivational thing that I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
because I have all these thoughts, and I never document them, but I've been documenting them for maybe the past 10 months, maybe.
Okay.
And I'm going to use those thoughts to encourage other people.
That's what's up.
So I'm writing that. That's almost done, and I'm going to try to release that pretty quickly. Um, and then I'm working on trying to get When Loving You Is Hurting Me together so that I can get it on digital platforms.
Mm-mm. Yeah, y'all got to get that. Cop that when that comes.
Yeah, it's I'm excited about it. I really am excited about it.
Smoke said, "Do you pour yourself more into your projects during this time of semi-isolation?"
I actually have been in a place where I've not really been motivated to jump into projects. And I'm trying to pull myself out of that. I just got an acting role with Eric Flake and Prestina Glover. So I have an acting role
Can't wait
coming
to
up
let them out.
in a web series. So,
Yes.
and I was reading over my character, and I'm like, wow, okay, but it's called House of Five.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be a part of that. So I'm blessed to work with Eric. Eric and I kind of started at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've had the pleasure of working with Prestina.
Yep.
And Prestina, I actually played my favorite role I've ever played with Prestina in When God Changed My Almost.
Yes, I remember that.
That was my favorite role to date. And I've been in some amazing productions, but that was by far my favorite, because it really stretched me emotionally.
Listen to
It
the Silence was amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot, and then I got to work with Heather. Heather is my favorite actress. I just think she
Yeah,
is absolutely phenomenal.
Heather is amazing.
Um, and so I'm trying to get myself into a discipline
Yeah,
now, because with the pandemic, I kind of lost interest in the theater stuff because we couldn't do it.
right.
And so now I'm getting back into a pattern of preparing myself. So I'll practice some skits or monologues. I'll practice them at home. But before, it was just like, I'm over this. I don't want to be bothered with it. I don't want to act. I want to deal for real. And that's what I needed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I am in a place where now I'm trying to find that discipline, but at the same time, gain some excitement in that discipline.
Okay.
Because when the pandemic hit, I feel like I kind of lost a little bit of my excitement,
Wow.
but it's taught me a lot too. Um, because at this point in my life, I'm just being real with myself. So if I need it or I don't need it, it's going to be there whether I need it or I don't. You
Yeah.
know, I'm nurturing relationships that I felt like I kind of broke. And then there are some relationships that I'm just kind of letting go because I always find them to be not beneficial for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been the type of guy that was somewhat a yes man.
Okay.
I'm not that guy no more. And so I'm doing what I find feasible for me. And if what I find feasible for me causes an issue with you, then I'm gonna leave you to deal with that. But there's a lot of things that I realized that I had done wrong to other people, and I've gone to those people and I've apologized for the things that I did, not realizing that I did them wrong. And in hopes that they'll embrace me again. But if they don't, at least my conscience is clear.
I hear you.
Because now I'm realizing, that I know this is going to be hard to understand, but Jervis is not perfect. I know y'all disappointed. Don't be
Are you
disappointed.
kidding me?
Yeah, he's not perfect.
I know you lying.
Yeah, he's not perfect. I hate to burst your bubbles, folks, but Jervis is far from perfect. But I'm embracing those flaws, and it's gonna make me a better person.
Raquel Newton, she said, I love to hear about people discovering self. She's one of my favorite self-love gurus. She is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta have her on because she just, when you're talking about encouraging and just enlightening, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing.
But that's the thing though. Don't check me until you check yourself.
Oh, I heard that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no business trying to check nobody if I didn't check me.
Yeah.
And so in being alone, I'm learning that I got to be my own protection. I got to protect me. And it's beautiful that you have people that will protect you, that will look out for you, that will love on you, that will defend you, that will stand up for you. But at the end of the day, you need to protect yourself. And the best way to protect yourself is to check you, because you ain't always together. You're not always perfect.
Right.
And I'm embracing every flaw I have, from the fat in my belly to the sometimes I don't have the best attitude.
Right.
I'm embracing all of that, but I'm also using it to the advantage where I can be a help to somebody else, because everybody needs somebody. We all need somebody. And if I can make myself a better person, then that will make me able to help somebody else.
Amen.
And they can be better. I'm at a place now where I'm going to be 100% honest with everybody. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, fine. But if you don't want the truth, don't ask. Because I'm not in a place where I want to sugarcoat anything anymore, because I want genuine people around me.
Someone else in the comments, Human in Training, says staying home with the pandemic. I do know how to read. I just finished Ebonics the other day, but it says staying home with the pandemic gave me time to understand Black Lives Matter. It breaks my heart to see what's going on as a white person. Much love, everybody, seriously.
Let me tell you, I am so happy that Black Lives Matter in the time that it happened. I'm so glad it happened in the time that it happened, because we were so busy doing any and everything else that we didn't pay it any attention. Because the feedback that we're getting right now after George Floyd's death, it should have happened with Trayvon Martin to the same magnitude. It should have happened with Sandra Bland. It should have happened so many other times before.
Yeah.
And so now we're not busy. So that means we ain't got nothing but time to pay attention.
Yeah.
And now because we're stuck in the house, you know, we have to pay attention to what's happening now. And I'm so elated by that. Because now and I want to applaud the younger generation because I'm older now. I want to applaud these young folks because they are so bold,
Yeah.
vocal. They're not afraid of anything. They're fearless. And they get out here making a difference in everything that we do. And so I'm very excited. The only thing I'm complaining about is the voting. Y'all get out and vote, please. Please get out and vote because this election means your life pretty much.
I don't even like oranges anymore.
Huh?
I don't even eat oranges anymore.
Yeah. But you gotta get out and vote, and you gotta be vigilant in your voting, vigilant in the things that you decide you want to vote on and who for. I'm not telling nobody who to vote for. I'm just telling you don't vote for Trump. I threw that out there for free.
Line up like y'all line up for everything else.
Yeah, but you've got to get out and vote, and don't think that your vote doesn't count because it does.
And it really does count because I came in third as the vote best podcast out of 5. I came in as number 3, and I thank you.
Let me tell you something. But Lele, here's the thing, and I want to tell you this, and Al is on. I want to talk to Al too. Y'all do great work.
What's up, Dina?
Y'all do great work. And because of the great work that you do, I notice it. And everybody else that you've been around notices that you do great work. I was just chatting with somebody a few minutes ago, right before we started, and I said, well, I'm about to do an interview. Oh, yeah, with Leah. She is the bomb. She's the bomb. She's hilarious.
That's so sweet.
And that's the thing. You're making an impact, and sometimes things happen to give you that boost you need in the impact that you're making. So, yeah, you came in third this time. Next year, you're going to win.
Hey, I'm dealing with that.
That's how I see things. So next year, you're going to be the winner. Because now with the changes that are happening in the world, there's also a shift that's happening with the people that's in the lead. The people that's been in the lead, they gonna kind of dwindle off a little bit. Yeah. And all of us people that are coming up in the rear, we're going to possess some stuff and do some great stuff. And so I applaud you for third place. Because to me, third place is a win.
Hey, I was just, honest to God, I was excited to even be nominated. For you to submit that and for them to accept it, I was like, what?
But here's the thing. That lets me know that even if I didn't submit it, somebody would have submitted it. Because people pay attention. People pay attention to greatness. I got nominated for an award for my very first play, a Crave Award. I got nominated for this. I'm nominated against somebody who I value in writing, TJ Hempfield. I'm nominated against him.
Wow.
How foolish is that? You know what I'm saying? And that's just how foolish is that?
And Smoke,
and then in your category, how foolish is it?
Yeah.
That you're nominated for the first time and come in third.
Yeah, that's dope. And I appreciate everyone that voted. I appreciate it because people was voting.
So next year we're gonna win it. Period. Yeah. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. You deserve it. And like I said, we start at the bottom, but we don't stay in the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Our humility, our drive and tenacity, and the way that you present, people need to take notice. People need to see you.
That's what's up.
You're a supporter. you support every darn body. If somebody said, I'm selling leaves from last year's winter in a bottle, you'd be like, well, give me 2 of them bottles. you know, just period. And so what you put out gotta come back to you eventually.
My friend said she had her reminder set to vote. That's what's up.
See? But you got to. When I saw that, I said, okay, no, I'm not going for the regulars this time. Let me nominate some people who I feel like really need to be seen. That was my thing.
I ain't
like,
got none alone, Smoke. Smoke said, I don't know. Smoke said she don't loan money though. I'm trying to get a loan too.
Shoot, I know that's right. I could use a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Papa was a Rolling Stone, and all he left was a loan, and we had to pay it back.
I hate to see what's going to happen after this is all over, because there's a lot of people who was balling. Woo! And it's going to be something different when this is over.
It's already being something different,
Yeah, the ball is going to be over.
Yeah.
And I just hope everybody is okay when it's over. Period. I just hope it's all okay.
Well, Jervis, I've enjoyed this. I don't want to take up too much time. People's attention span start going whoop, whoop, whoop. So try and hold it up to about an hour. It's 9:00.
Okay.
I know you have your show tomorrow, and I can't wait because me and myself are going to sit in and find out how we can keep getting along.
Let me tell you, I'm ready to see what you're going to do about this.
Oh, I can't wait neither.
Yeah, I'm ready to see that.
But I got it all planned out.
I know you do. But Leah, I really do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you.
And I thank you for just being you and keeping it 100% real all the time.
I appreciate you.
And I want you to know that I believe in you. And I believe that you are really on to something great. And because you're on to something great, greatness is going to come out of it. So thank you for having me for a second time.
Yeah,
a second time.
I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you on here. You're doing great things. Keep what you're doing, because what you're doing, people are noticing that and they appreciate it as well. So don't stop what you're doing.
Yeah, but y'all, thank y'all. Please tune in tomorrow. Jervis Canty and Friends at 5:00. It's on Instagram. I haven't gotten to this point yet where Lele is, where I can, be fancy and things. But I want you to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's show to me is probably one of the most important shows that I've done, because this show will be able to put a voice to a lot of the questions in your head that you're too ashamed to ask, or even haven't had a platform to even ask the question. And I really hope that it helps and heals somebody. So I'll be with Dr. Sabrina Jackson. You've seen her on Fox 2. She has a segment on Fox 2.
She still have a radio show.
It's called People 911. People 911 on Tuesdays on Fox 2. But tune in tomorrow. Get your family, get your friends, get people who you know are having a hard time, because I believe that this show is going to be a healer tomorrow.
All right. And that's going to be on Instagram. And if anybody is looking at this video, Jervis's link tree is in the description, so you can reach him on his link tree.
Yes. Thank you for that link tree too. Thank you very much.
It's a lifesaver to have everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. If you're looking for intimate apparel and makeup, I do bedroom candy. www.bedroomcandy.com/13047. You'll see that in my link tree too. If you want to order some things, you can just go on, grab it. We got some amazing things happening there. So
Get your freak on and your rub down and
You can get your freak on, you rub down, you can
massage
look good while you're doing it.
get your skin
And you don't need
on.
nobody touching on you. Since you can't get nobody to touch you during Corona, you might as well touch yourself.
Right?
Should I have said that?
You can say it. You can say
Touch
it.
yourself. Yeah, it's okay to touch yourself. It is okay for you to touch yourself.
That's
However
right.
you choose to do it. Touch
That's
you.
right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jervis. I appreciate you, and we'll be looking forward to your show tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you. Thank y'all for tuning in too. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Good night.
It was so great to have your eyes watching. To advertise here, please send inquiries to info@experience.com. With Lele.